Why?
Well, the last time we recorded was me basically yapping about Big Ben the entire time, right?
That is also true. Are you gonna do
Uh,
that again?
no, not about Big Ben. I have a very bad
Oh
feeling that I could
no.
yap about what's happened to me in the past couple of weeks
Uh-huh.
because
It's been a
it's been
while.
it's been a hell of a journey, and I think I could sum it up in one particular instant by just pointing to something that happens to be on my neck. That
Oh.
I have to bring it up. It's gonna get brought up regardless.
Oh.
I don't know if you could see this,
I
but
can.
a couple of days ago, at the time of recording, right? I celebrated my birthday. Celebrate is kind of a loose term because I don't really celebrate my birthday that much.
Yeah, happy birthday, John. He made it
But
past the 27 club.
by a long shot, yes, I'm now 2 years post tense.
Wait, you're 29?
I am old, yeah, yeah.
I
But
thought
that's not important. What
I'm
is
turning
important?
20. Okay.
Exactly, yeah. You just subtract your age from my age, you'll figure out where I'm at.
It's fine. It's fine.
But
Continue.
yeah, like I said, post Big Bend, pre Big Bend, I believe I described that I went out for drinks with friends like
Mm-hmm.
the day before I went to Big Bend.
Don't worry
Thank you,
about
Legend
that.
of Zelda. Yeah, but anyway, so I went into that. Since that time, that was like 5 Wednesdays ago, maybe 4 Wednesdays ago.
Mm-hmm.
I have become a social creature. I don't know what happened. It was like a switch flipped inside of me, and I am now a social butterfly.
Oh yeah.
To the point where I got invited to a house party. Like I don't know if you recall, but you and I, right as we were sort of graduating, I think, got like a flyer at one point for a
Mm-hmm.
house party, and I was like, "Hey, we should go to this. This could be our last chance in college to actually do this." And you ended up, I think, chickening out on me, so
Oh
we
yeah.
didn't end up going. But it is what it is. I was just thinking that the last time that happened was way back then, and so when I got, I mean, there's so much between getting this invite and like going out for drinks that one time that I don't know how to accurately describe. It's like I got invited to this thing and then met somebody at that thing who invited me to another thing, who then I met someone there who invited me to a different group, like a different sort of friend group, and et cetera, and on and whatnot until I finally was like, they were like, I met somebody who was like, hey, we're getting an Airbnb, we're throwing a party, and we would like you to be there, but we need you to meet the people running it so that they think you're cool enough to go. And ended up meeting the people that were hosting it,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up getting to go to this like house party. When I say that I think I've been at the house in the evenings less nights in the past like month than I have out. Wait, did I say that right? I spent
Yes.
more evenings out on the town than I have in my own home,
Yeah.
which is,
Wow for you.
I don't know if you know me. I'm a hermit. All right, I'm like a little
You
crab.
were a hermit.
I'm like a little crab that lives
You
in
were
my
you were a
little.
caterpillar. You've been in your cocoon for this long, and now
Yeah.
you've turned
I,
into a butterfly.
I think that might be the perfect analogy because I was baking for 5 years now.
No, you're a cicada
A
because they live
cicada?
underground for I think 17 years.
That's, yeah, totally me. And then I just emerge out and went like, all right, party time, bitches. And
Yeah.
that was like the end of it. Yeah.
See,
But yeah,
you're living your 20s right now.
I think so. I think it sounds weird to say, but I think mentally I'm still like 22
Mm-hmm.
because the last 5 years of my life, I've just been like 5 feet from where I am right now, not trapped indoors, everything that happened to me happened for a very specific reason, right? Like I needed what happened to happen so that I could do what I'm doing now. Like
Mm-hmm.
I needed the time to lose weight. I needed that time to take care of my grandmother, et cetera and whatnot, right? All of that necessary. Like I needed that to get the stability to be able to start taking the insane risks that I've been taking in the last 5 weeks, which kind of culminated. I cannot believe it's only been a week since that party. That was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, got invited to this party, and I don't know if you've ever been to a college party. The only one I've been to was, I think, freshman year, and it was a bunch of actor people, theater kids. It was a bunch of theater
Oh,
kids. When I was just getting involved in the theater program, it was a rap party for, I don't know, some show that we put on that went well and everyone liked it. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna go party afterwards. I was like, all right. I think I was just a stagehand. I didn't do anything, but I just like showed up and like helped out. And then they invited me out afterwards. And that was like, I mean, if you pick a stereotypical college party experience, that's what it was, right? Beer pong, too much booze, people vomiting in the bathroom and just outside.
everybody kissing
Oh yeah, yeah, smooching, smashing, all over the place, right?
all over the place. Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a great party. It was very fun. I barely participated. All I did was sit there with my little red Solo cup full of way too much whiskey and Dr. Pepper,
Dear God.
and then ended up sleeping in my car. That was the experience that I had at my first party. This
Because you were
party,
still a cocoon. You were still
I know.
a
But I was
pupa.
still. I mean, I was what not 19. That would have been pre. I was like 22, right?
Mhm.
Maybe 21 at the time. So that was like the last party experience I had, especially with total strangers. And this one was like 40 people. I think I knew 2 of them, and everyone else was just total strangers to me. And it was just, but that's like what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks, has been going out and going like, okay, I know you. I don't know any of the other 5 people that we're eating like dinner with, right?
Mhm.
And then it's like getting to know them and getting to connect with people on an emotion, yeah, like an emotional.
It was definitely emotional. You broke down.
Well, yeah. I guess I did tell the story that
Yeah.
I drank 2 margaritas, cried, and went home. Yeah, yeah. That was the first and only time I have cried. Although I will have to say, uh, this is slightly jumping ahead, but
Mhm.
I've had 4. I know how many. I've had 4 panic attacks in my life. I remember all of them. 2 of them have been in the last week, and I'll explain why.
All
I'll
right.
explain why in a moment. Okay, so after to give context to this, to the panic attack part. Well, I'm jumping. Yeah, I guess I am jumping ahead a little bit, but to give context, after I got back from Big Bend, right, there were a couple of days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, where I was like just sort of in a funk, and I didn't know why. Um, I was just kind of like, I wasn't depressed. I was just sort of like readjusting to being a working, to working, right? As opposed to like surviving literally on like a mountaintop in the middle of the wilderness. Right? 2 very different mindsets to have. Me looking at a computer screen for 8 hours a day, or me looking at the vastness of the Texas wilderness going, land ho, that is the way I must go, right? Right, but okay, but anyway, the like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was like, why am I in this weird funk? Right? How do I get out of this? And I was like Googling, like, am I depressed? I don't know what's going on. And I discovered that there is a very real thing that happens to a lot of backpackers and just sort of like, I guess weekend warriors is maybe the proper term for them, where you go out and you do something that just causes your like dopamine and cortisol levels to spike way, way up.
Yeah.
Right. It's such an intense experience that you are so not used to doing that when you return to quote unquote normalcy, your levels are like slowly going back down. And then when they
Mhm.
get to normal, you've been elevated for and it took like days, right, for these levels to come back down. And when they did, it was like just uh you feel bad. There's no real way to describe how bad it feels. It was like depression. It was like depression. It was like anxiety and like I don't know, a yearning to go again, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And they were like, how do you, and one of the people that I saw was like some lifetime backpacker who did it professionally for a living and was like, yeah, this happens to me. This happens to a lot of us. It's just something that you have to like work through. And like he was like giving me ways to cope. He's like, plan your next adventure. That typically gets me out of the rut and like trying to look forward to the next one. And so I did. I like, scheduled my next kind of hiking, camping thing to go on to try and get out of that, and that totally worked. What I didn't realize is that exact principle
Mhm.
applies to partying
Oh.
almost identically. Because even probably more so, because yeah, it was like a harrowing experience that was very sort of soul searching and deep on the mountain. But then at this party, you're like drinking with people, you're having great food, you're, I don't know, connecting with people, laughing. You're like having these great conversations with all of these really unique people that I cannot believe even exist.
Mhm.
That afterwards you just go back to like, how do I go back and stare at a computer screen for 8 hours and walk on a treadmill for 2 hours a day?
Yeah.
And as it turns out, I think they warned me as well because I asked them about it at the party. I was like, how do you throw a party like this fun and then go back to normalcy? And they're like, well, we do it every month. So we kind of have something to look forward to. But everybody, they're universally, they were like, yeah, we all experience this just depressive drop at the end of this. And they're like, we all have our ways of coping, right? They're like, some of us just, we like eat comfort food. Some of us like listen to music and try and work through the headspace. And some of us like put on a TV show that we find comforting. And they're like, you need to find what works for you because it's probably going to happen and you need to be ready because it can get kind of intense, especially if this is your like first time, right?
Yeah.
And I went, okay, cool. Thank you for the information. I'm sure I'll be all right. As it turns out, I was very much not all right.
John, you're a person. You're a human being. You know that, right?
As much as in denial I am about it, yeah, apparently I am a human and I need people in my life and I need social connections. I
Mhm.
see, yeah, that's the weird thing. I'm getting even off topic again, but like I said, I spent sort of 4 years in sort of a hermitage in my little cocoon doing what I needed to do, right? Totally necessarily. I wouldn't I understand that I needed to go through that, but I think at some point along the way, I convinced myself that I did not need people and that I was
Mhm.
like an island unto myself, right? Like my stoicism was what was amazing about me and the fact that I was like this super independent, like I don't need nobody kind of thing. Whatever I want to do, I want to do. I'm just going to keep going forward, right? And I convinced myself that I didn't need social connections. I didn't need to meet new people. But in the
Mhm.
back of my head, I may have said this already. I felt like I had a switch that I could flip if I ever wanted to make friends,
Mhm.
because I've historically been pretty good at that. But yeah, and realizing that I did still have that ability after meeting, I think 40 people in the last couple of weeks, maybe more at this point. I was like, okay, I still have this ability. And while I feel like I have had a growing undiagnosed anxiety disorder building in the background,
Mhm.
the getting out and interacting with people has very much kind of shattered that. Not like totally, because I still get, like, last night I went out to get dinner with some friends and drinks, and it was like there was a larger crowd than I was expecting because it was like a bar, and sometimes we just talk to other people in the bar, and I'm like still not comfortable talking with total strangers,
Yeah.
but it's much easier to go there with a friend and then expand, like, oh yeah, we're chatting. Hey, let's get this sort of person that's off on their own and start talking to them as like a duo, rather than approaching somebody out of nowhere. And like that's why I was so impressed when you were at the not tournament, thingy in New Mexico that you went to.
Oh yeah. The
Uh,
conference.
the conference, yeah, yeah, where you were like, yeah, I just started going up to these random people and talking to them. I'm like, I could
Hey,
never do that.
I don't know how I got the balls to do it, but I did.
Yeah,
So I
yeah. Well,
wouldn't do.
I'm
I
impressed.
can't do that now for some reason.
Well,
Like if I was at a
yeah,
party right now, I would very much be on the wall.
yeah. I spent probably 3 or 4 of these group outings being just like a wallflower.
Yeah.
I like sat there and, well, for like at least for like the first 2 hours maybe of one of them,
And
I
then you
literally
got
just
some
sat there.
alcohol in your system.
No, 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 no. I
Oh.
was just sitting there with my cup of water, and then my friend showed up, and so
Mm.
I got to hang out with her, and then we started like talking to people in the general area, and then
Yeah.
expanded out, and that's where I met 2 people. It was actually a couple that I met that is how I ended up getting
Did
this.
they see you from across the room?
I don't know how we interacted. I was talking with my friend, and we were talking to some other person, and then these two just kind of wandered up and, like, I don't remember, introduced themselves, or we were just kind of all yapping, and then the three of us kind of separated off to the side, and we were like, hey, yeah, let's that the party over here, that wasn't a party. It was just a group, right? We're like, hey, these people are busy, and what does this look?
I'm just listening. I'm just
Okay,
listening.
all right. Felt very judgmental for a moment there, but okay.
No, no, no.
Maybe I'm reading into things.
I listen. I've already have a preconceived idea of what happened here, so I am seeing if that is what is happening here.
Okay, sure. At any rate, yeah, the three of us kind of go off to the side, and we're just kind of yapping over on the side, talking about all sorts of stuff, just getting to know each other, like I do with literally everybody at these parties. And we're talking about them, and they're like college students, and that they're like together, and I don't know, like getting married or something like that, and like we're just like learning each other's backstories, which is just I don't know. I've been having so much fun doing that. I've met so many cool people. A
Mm-hmm.
carpenter. I met a brewer. They actually brew. They're like a sub, not a sub brewer. They work underneath the guy that does all the brewing at a major
Do I got
brewery near here.
apprentice?
Something like that. I don't remember his exact job. He told me a lot about it and about the process. Just yesterday, I met a geologist. Yeah, like these people are great. I met a head of an engineering firm, or like a lawyer that works at an engineering firm or something like that. Yeah, these people are crazy. And Austin in particular is, I mean, the craziest people you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I yeah, even more unrelated, because I do want to talk about them. I've met now two practicing pagans.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know pagans existed. I thought all of them were wiped out. And no, there is a chapter here in Texas somewhere that
I
I
had
am
no idea.
fascinated with. They're so cool. But okay, that's totally getting off topic, because
Mm-hmm.
the two people that I met that I talked to about their
This is
paganism.
more important.
Yeah, totally, right. But anyway, I'm like talking to these two, and we sort of connect, and we end up like I think we shared phone numbers or something at the time, and they ended up texting me a couple of days later, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to get dinner sometime?" And there's this sort of party, not party thing so much. Yeah, I guess it's a party. I would call it that. Why not, right? And we kind of, I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I don't really do anything that day, and so we all go out together, and then at some point, this is so embarrassing to say. Stop
Mm-hmm.
giving me that look. Stop giving me
Mm-hmm.
that look. All right. I did not make it known that it was my birthday. So I don't know how
Mm.
exactly it ended up happening, but legitimately, oh my gosh, this is okay.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
turning red.
Am I really? This is bad.
Oh
No,
yeah.
well, because I'm about to say the most like cliche thing, where the girl was like, "I want to give you something to remember this night by," and then bit the absolute hell out of my neck. But like, I don't even know how long it was. Okay, I don't know about you. I've never had a hickey before.
So hold
So
on, before we continue.
walking around with this has been
Before we continue,
yeah.
did she bite you or did she suck on your neck very hard?
I mean, I think it was a mixture of both, to be totally honest with you. I'm
Because I
not sure
know
what
you're
was going
you're
on.
very pale
Yeah,
and
I
you
didn't
bruise
take
very
much.
easily.
It did not take much. Yeah.
Either way, wow.
I've been walking around with this for days. I went to the gym. I was getting a bunch of weird looks at the gym, and I was just like, don't make eye contact with anybody. Just do your workout and go home.
Why not? They're like, dang, this guy got some.
Apparently, yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I have like a turtleneck, but it's like 90 degrees out. I'm
It
like,
is way too hot for that.
I'm not going full James Bond to hide my embarrassment over this.
I will say, not the direction I thought that was going.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was going to get a little wilder than that. But that is
Oh,
that's very wild to begin with.
yeah.
For people like us.
I totally agree. I legitimately, like I said, never had a hickey before. I
Can't say
didn't know that.
same.
I didn't think to say no. I was just like, "What do you mean?" And then she just went like, "It's like a vampire kind of thing." I went, "Am I gonna die right now?"
Well, you're already
Like,
pale and you don't get into the sun, so you're already halfway
yeah,
there.
I
Do you
know,
like
I know.
garlic?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Hmm. And I don't know, it's just kind of weird that you keep getting invited to these parties instead of just showing up. I mean, it's so in a way, they keep inviting you into these houses.
Well, this was outdoors, although the house party was inside. But
Hmm. Very
yeah,
vampire-esque, if you ask me.
I suppose so.
Can let me
Who's
take a
the
picture of you real
vampire?
quick?
Am I the vampire?
Yeah, you're a vampire.
You want to take a picture of me?
to see if you show up on my camera.
Oh! I'm on video. I don't think. I'm
You could have like
pretty
a
sure.
specialized, I don't know, thing.
This is actually a VTuber avatar.
Oh
Yeah.
snap!
I'm running an AI background. It's all fake. Yeah. I'm not even here actually. I'm 3 states. I live in Utah.
That's
What's
wild.
happening right now
That's
is
why we haven't hung
no.
out.
Yeah, exactly. It's too far to drive. I can't do it.
Well, that sounds like a wild time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I asked, did they see you from across the room? Because you know that meme, right?
I'm not sure.
It's a meme. It's a meme where like couples will approach a person that they want to have relations with, and they'll walk up together and like, hey,
right.
me and my partner noticed you from across the room,
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Maybe
So that's what I was.
maybe it was. Yeah.
So I was just like, did John get prepositioned?
I don't really know what the end goal here is because like I said,
What if he just wants to watch?
could be.
In which case, you're gonna freak out the whole time. So,
I mean, I've been freaking out for the past couple of at least this week. Like I said, 4 panic attacks in my life, 2 of them in the last 7 days.
Were any of them related to this?
The second one was very much, but the second one was much less than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The first one happened. That was the drop after the party, where I ended up. Okay. Well, I need to give a little extra context to this. I am not a social media person at all. This is like my social media. We have like a Twitter that has no followers that we update, and then we do this, and it's like this is for like family and I guess friends and ourselves mainly, right?
Yeah.
Just to kind of like check in and
you used to
make sure we're
use
alive.
Instagram.
I did.
Well, that's when you
Instagram.
still went out and did stuff.
Yeah, that was to like get my videography profile built out, and it's been I actually did post the other month, I think, because I did another gig, and I was like, hey, I should actually post this. But yeah, I don't interact with anybody on there. That's literally exists purely so that if someone goes, oh, do you do videography work? And I go, yeah, here's my resume, and then I show them, I've worked with like 30 people or whatever, right? So that I think is the most social media that I've ever interacted with, right? Apparently, I made a very big splash at the party because for days afterwards, like Sunday, Monday, and I think it was Tuesday that I had the panic attack, I was like drowning in messages and like invites.
Oh no, my lobster is too buttery.
That's okay. That's the exact quote. The problem is I'm not used to people going like, hey, I thought you were really cool. I want to get to know you better. Do you want to go get drinks? Like that kind of stuff. At all. Like I don't ask people don't ask me. And then the first time that I step out into public society, suddenly now everyone like wants to be my friend. And I've never been popular. This sounds like a humble brag. I am so scared of popularity, and I feel like I'm now getting a glimpse of what the people like in high school that like the extroverts that were really popular and like adopted me. I'm starting to understand like what they are like underneath the surface, because I'm like for days I couldn't respond to I was at work. How do you work and respond to like 5 messages that are just walls of text where they're like, hey, this is some information about me. I interacted with you at the party. This is my number. Hey, I want to get to know more about you. What do you think about XYZ? Like, do you want to go? Like, I got asked to go and work out at a gym. And they're like, I don't know what your split is, but if you want to like work out together, and all this other stuff, right? And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Like maybe we could do that on Monday, because that's I don't think I have anything going on Monday. We could go, maybe we could get like lunch, like dinner afterwards, and get some protein in. This person was like like athletically inclined, and then there was like it was just all these people that have been wanting to talk to me, and like I've been wanting to talk to them because I really enjoy meeting people now, but it's so overwhelming. Like, I don't know how I'm not good at texting people back. I'm not good at texting you back.
Yeah, you're kind of
You will
an
text me
ass.
days later. I will respond to be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I forgot to respond to this message." And it's like you're the only person that would have texted me for those days. I'm like, I don't
And
know
we
why. I
only
don't
talk like once a week. So like,
exactly, exactly. It's like I should be way more on top of it, but like
and the
I
conversation's
don't know.
always, "Hey, are you free to record?"
Yeah, literally, literally. It's you would think
You
I'd be able to
disappoint
be
me.
on top of it. I disappoint myself. But it's like imagine that, but then there are 6 people that I have like notifications from that are like active conversations that I'm having trying to keep up with all of these people and like make connections. And I don't want to like not talk to these people because I like these people and I want these people to like me so that I can, I don't know, selfishly continue to be invited to these parties and like continue to hang out with these people because I really like them and apparently they really like me. So
It's
like,
a double-edged sword.
yeah, like that's all we're all getting along, we're all having a good time, but my god, I have to work and I if I'm struggling to like my evenings. I haven't played video games in days.
Fair
My
enough.
evenings after work are me responding to messages and then like having like conversing with people and then maybe going out and also then talking to people in real life.
I get that.
So yeah, I that's why I'm like I don't understand what's happened to me where I became the most social person or the most social version of myself that I've ever been.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun, but
It's fun. It's a lot though. It's
it's so
like
much.
you want to have the interactions and the invitations
Yeah.
and the niceness of having friends, but when it comes to keeping up contact and communicating, it's like a lot.
It's yeah. I don't know how people do it. And I don't know how people do like actual social media because all
Yeah.
we have is like a messaging app. It's crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, me and Chris have been talking about it, and like we would love to have just like a group of friends
Mhm. Yeah.
that we could just hang out with, especially gay friends, because we don't really have many of those.
Sure.
Um, and so we're both not very social people.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, and like we'll see people on social media who are like have this big group of friends, or like even just a couple of friends that are also gay, and we're like, how do you become friends with people? Because the last
Right.
time I had a group of friends was when I was still in school with my my Japanese class,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and that group fell apart pretty
Mhm.
fast after we got out of Japanese, and like half of us graduated.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but outside of that, I guess I have another group of friends, but like we don't really hang out as a group anymore
Okay.
because we're all
Sure.
doing so much stuff. So now it's just kind of like I've got I got who did I talk about this with? I don't know if it was here or
Mm.
somewhere else. I keep spitting sunflower seeds on my microphone. That's
So
kind
you
of
keep
embarrassing.
fricking with it?
Yeah. Let me sit back. But like, cause like I have my main circle, which is my roommates, Anthony and Artemis,
Right.
but
Now you're
they're not.
quiet.
But they're not like one big group of friends. I put them all in separate groups. Well, I can hang out
Oh,
with all of
yeah.
them at once, but we don't usually all hang out together anymore.
Sure, okay.
Um, and like I've made some friends online recently, and they're cool people, but like
Yeah.
they want to talk all the time. And there's times where I
Yeah.
just don't like read their
Right.
message, or I don't respond because I'm like, I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk all the time. And hell, I've even other like online friends where like we have Snapchat, or I have Snapchat, and like we snap
Yeah.
each other. And one of them snaps me all the time, and I
Mm.
intentionally will not look at his snaps because I'm just
Oh,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I don't feel like talking right now.
Totally. Yeah.
But yeah, but this kind of segues into one of my things
Yeah.
over this last week. I have not had an exciting week. I've had a
Okay.
very, very opposite of exciting week. I've had a very
Very good.
stressful week,
Oh,
actually.
that's not so good. I was gonna say.
A lot of lack of sleep and just being tired. Um,
Uh-huh.
but I did do something kind of cool. I have not followed up with it yet, but I
Mm.
was scrolling through Instagram as I do since I don't have TikTok anymore. Um,
Smart move.
See, I was scrolling through Instagram, which I do, follow, or catching up on messages and reels that people sent me and everything.
Right.
And this post came up, and I was like, "Are you black?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I think so. I'm black."
Just double
do you
check.
like or do you like TTRPGs? Yeah, I would say
Okay.
that I do. Are you a
Yep.
nerd? Absolutely. I mean, you just look in my room; it's easy to tell. And apparently, there's a group that has made a Discord server
Okay.
specifically for black people who are into TTRPGs. Uh, and I was like, I have been wanting to play D&D for a while,
Yeah.
and I haven't been able to do it. But pretty much everybody who was in my D&D group, except for maybe one other person, are playing D&D with other groups. So I was kind of sad about that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was like, it's been a while. I do enjoy playing D&D. I like making characters. I like making my
Totally.
characters come to life. And I have been wanting to make some new friends.
Hey, okay.
So I went to the Discord server, and you have to put in an application before they let you in. Um,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and the application's like, hey, what's your name? How old are you? Or like, when's your
Mm.
birthday? What do you want to bring to the server or whatever? And so I
Hmm.
was like, okay, well, here's my name. What I want to bring to the server. I didn't answer their question at all
What?
because they said, "What do you want to bring to the server?" And I said, "Well, I have a hard time talking and meeting new people, so I'm hoping this will help with that. I also like TTRPGs, so that didn't technically answer the question, but
Yeah,
that was
you
just
could
me
have
being
just said
honest.
yourself. Yeah,
Yeah,
my magnetic personality.
I don't know
Yeah,
about magnetic. I mean, I am the main character, so uh,
yeah.
but what's
Oh,
it
dude.
called?
Oh, wait. Sorry. Oh, I'll have to follow a question in a little while. Yeah.
Okay. And then, my birth or whatever. So I did, this is all at work, by the way. So
Oh, okay, sure.
I put in the application. I was just kind of sitting there, doing, I wasn't working that day. I'll be honest. Uh,
Totally.
doing bare minimum. And so I was just there, just like, whatever. Boom, notification. And it's like, oh, we needed a 2-step verification thing. And
Hmm.
then they let me in the server. And I was like, oh, I did it.
Oh,
They they
wow.
they believe me. They think I'm black, but then they have to actually verify you. So you have to
Oh.
go in and do like a character or like a person. You have to do an introduction of yourself, and then send a private message to the mods and
Hmm.
send your birthday and a picture of yourself. So I started freaking
Wow.
out
Okay.
because I was like, I took a really nice picture that day. I think this was
Yeah.
Friday actually. I took a really nice picture that day, and I was like, I could send this, but like I'm wearing my glasses and you can't see my full face. Like, are they gonna believe I'm black? Maybe I should let me look for another picture. Listen, listen. My anxiety ain't great. My social anxiety is not good. Uh,
Yeah. I
so I'm
get it.
just scrolling for a picture. I found another one, but again, wearing glasses. How are they
Right.
gonna know? And
How are they
so
gonna
I
know that you're black because you're wearing glasses? You know, Urkel wore glasses.
So I
I don't
spent
think.
over like the next 5 to 10 minutes looking for a picture, and I said, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna use this last picture because I like the way I look here. If they have
Sure.
a problem with it, if they need to send another one, I'll do it. But I
Yeah.
sent
Yeah. Yeah.
it, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm so this is so bad. Um, but they accepted me. I'm in the server, and now I don't know what to do.
Hey. Now you have to start saying hi to everybody and make a friend.
And like I was just going through all the different channels, and like people are just talking about whatever, and there's
Yeah.
people in voice chats and everything.
Oh, wow.
They're starting up like GM auditions, or not
Oh,
auditions, but
cool.
like, yeah, auditions and whatnot, and
Yeah.
um starting up people starting to play, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do now. I don't know how to talk
Yeah.
to people. What are you guys talking about? I can't just jump in and be like, hey guys, my name's
Right. Yeah.
Isaiah. I already did that. So I haven't touched that Discord server since.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be less scary to do that in a text channel than in real life. But in real life, you can make eye contact with somebody and wave at them. And then, like, if you get an okay response, this is something that I've learned in the past couple of days. If you get like an okay response, you could just go over there and talk to them. But then in a text channel, I totally agree. It's so like, how do they're like, oh, yeah, we're talking about Digimon, and you walk in there and go, hello, everybody. I am here to play D&D. My
Exactly.
name is Isaiah. And like, who is this person?
Hello, my name is Isaiah. I am scared to meet all of you. Like, who does that?
I
And
am
this server's
28.
been.
I am also black. I know
I'm
we all are, but
27, thank you.
Wait, what did I say?
You said 28.
Oh, sorry. I
I
just
still haven't
threw
made it out of the
myself.
woods yet. But
Yeah.
what's it called? So like very scary. Don't know how to talk to people, obviously, but
Yeah.
we already know that. But it's just like, what do I say? How do I interact with people? How do I join? I don't even
Yeah.
listen. I think I talked about this last time where I was talking with Anthony about it, and I was just like,
Hmm.
I would love to make new friends. I would. I
Yeah.
would love to make a new friend group to play D&D with.
Okay.
I don't know how to talk to people.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to play D&D with someone if I can't even talk to anybody?
Yeah, I D&D especially is weird because you have to I feel like you have to kind of unless you're I guess really able to just separate yourself entirely and be the character. D&D is like a lot of you involved in that
Oh,
character. And so if you don't
100%.
mesh with the people outside of the character, yeah, it's very weird and very difficult, especially at least for me, to like cut loose and go,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I
Especially
am
with
playing a 3 foot
strangers.
tall green kobold creature that talks like this all the time. Yeah, it's like
It's very
it's
much
just
like,
goofy.
how much of myself do I show to you people right now?
Right,
And
yeah,
how much
yeah.
of it will come out later? Do I
Yeah.
want to show myself in this character? Or do I want to just be, play it safe, be a tame
Mm.
guy?
Well, if I have learned one lesson from
One
meeting all the
lesson,
people
Sean
in the
Connery.
last couple of yeah, if I have learned one thing from the last couple of weeks, it's that people are very forgiving.
Mm,
And they're like they don't care how weird you are because they're just as weird, if not more
yeah,
weird.
I know. I just have
You
this issue
just
with being
yeah,
perceived.
I understand. You gotta get out of your own way. That is something that I have said to myself every single day. Yeah, for a month is you gotta stop overthinking, get out of your own way, and just go and enjoy the moment.
Yeah, I agree. And it's funny. It's one of those things where you can give people great advice about stuff, but when it comes to you,
Mhm.
you can't take your own advice.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
literally, Chanel has been like waiting to post her grad pictures for like over a
Oh,
week now.
okay.
Because she just kept perceiving herself in negative ways. And I
Ah,
hold
yeah.
on, I'm not gonna read it, but I'm just gonna show you me trying to hype her up and just be like, bro, nobody's gonna notice anything that you're thinking about yourself.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Like I sent
Whoa!
very long message.
That's a dissertation.
Yeah.
Whoa, it keeps going.
That's
Okay.
the issue with me as a friend. Unless you explicitly tell me, hey, I'm not looking for advice.
Yeah.
I'm just venting. My brain goes into big brother mode
Ah,
or,
sure.
or
Yeah.
support mode. And so I'm automatically going to just write out a dissertation to you.
Yeah.
Which is why you don't tell me about your things, apparently.
Is that why? I'm sure I've internalized that. Oh,
I'm a little heavy.
yeah, amazing. That is yeah, no, I had that same sort of problem with it's somebody at the party that they were like everyone here is so like skinny and hot and they were like feeling really self-conscious and I was like first of all, no, we were 50-50 split on body image across the spectrum. And I was like, I think you're just seeing the people that, yeah, because there were some ridiculously attractive people at the party. Like, I
Mhm.
think you're just seeing them and going, everyone looks like that. I'm comparing myself to them. Because I 100% was doing the same thing where I was like, these people are like way too attractive. I don't belong here.
Mhm, mhm,
And then,
mhm.
but then it was this sort of like, I got to just get out of my own head. Like people, like even if I'm not attractive, I still have a good personality. People like me for that. This person was like really funny too. Is all that I was talking to. We were talking about
Yeah.
like a book club that they were involved in. And I was like, yeah, that's like so fascinating. Just talk to people about that. And they're like, yeah, I just feel really self conscious about like my body shape. And I went, yeah, me too. Pretty sure everybody does. I'm pretty sure even the hot people are not going around like, yeah, I'm a finished product. I'm hot shit.
Yeah.
I'm better than everybody here. No, because it was that was one of the things that I really have loved about the people that I've met is how inclusive they are. Like I have not heard like obviously there's like sometimes where there's a like an accidental mistake, like maybe they misgender somebody, but then they're
Mhm.
immediately like, oh no, sorry, that was my bad. It's actually like XYZ. And I've like done the exact same thing.
Mhm.
But it's just a matter of like getting out of your anxiety around that aspect of being like, yeah, like you didn't mean any harm by this. Just yeah, people are so forgiving and it's been awesome. That was like part of my panic attack. That was definitely a large chunk. Yeah, well, you have a thought, a question?
I made a joke the other day.
Mm,
Was it to you? Was it to Anthony? I might have been to Anthony. And I
yeah,
was like, yeah, I don't have social anxiety. Um, mind you.
false.
Uh, or maybe it was Chanel. I don't know. I had made a joke to somebody. I was like, yeah, I don't have social anxiety. I'm built different. The night before,
Mm,
Chris had slept over.
right?
Uh, and something had happened, and he was just like, I think he just said my name, or like he had said something a little sternly, because he was
Okay,
trying to go to sleep, and I was just being annoying.
sure.
I could not sleep
What?
for the next couple of hours.
You were like, "Is he mad at me?"
Yes. I
Oh
don't think that's
gosh.
social anxiety, but I think, to be fair, I think I did get triggered. Like,
Yeah.
genuine, I use that term very loosely. I think I genuinely did get triggered
Right.
because I felt like a revert in my mind happen, and I
Oh.
felt myself kind of revert back to me when I was very mentally ill and or not an
Mm.
adult.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a problem with people with authority or people using authoritative language towards me, um,
Okay.
and it makes me shut down.
Oh,
Uh,
I see.
so when that happened, my brain said, "Phew." My
Hmm.
brain shut off, and all the anxiety and overthinking and just
Mhm.
bad thoughts and everything that I had been staving off for the last several months, if not year at this point,
Oh,
just came
no.
flooding back.
Oh, god.
Granted, granted, this was also the same time period as my mom's birthday.
Right.
Uh,
High
so
stress.
already, very emotional and everything.
Mhm.
So it very much was like, oh no, I fucked
Yeah.
up. Now he hates me.
Yep.
Now he doesn't like, he doesn't want to talk to me. He just wants to go to sleep, blah, 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 blah. But the weird
Yeah.
thing is, I've also at a point where there's that disconnect, that detachment,
Okay.
because I've talked about kind of having several of myself in my head. It's kind of crazy,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I heard two separate voices at the same time. Well, several, I should say. Several
Okay.
thoughts going at the same time. And then there was me trying to calm myself down and just be like,
Mhm.
hey, bud, if any of that was true, he wouldn't be here. He chose not only to come here, but also to sleep over, which
True.
he hasn't slept over. Well, I think the last time before that he had slept over. But prior to that, anytime I asked him to sleep over, he'd be like, no, I want to sleep in my own bed. And
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
like, okay, it's cool, you hate me. So like he chose to sleep over again,
Right.
and you're here freaking out over nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't stop the thoughts or anything, but I did finally manage to get to sleep eventually. And in the morning, everything was fine. I did kind of talk to him about it,
Yeah.
and I was just like, yeah, it was really silly of me.
Mhm.
But like that's
It's
how.
crazy how, like, afterwards you go like, "Yeah, I was totally being a psychopath.
Oh, absolutely,
I'm
I do it
so
all the
sorry."
time. And that's how my social
Yep.
anxiety goes, but instead of
Hmm.
thinking like, oh, that person's looking at me, or like this person's
Right.
gonna think I'm gonna think weird, it's just, instead of having the thoughts, it's just the feeling of the anxiety. And like I
Interesting,
don't
yeah.
have the thoughts of all that stuff, or at least
Yeah.
I don't have the cohesive thoughts of all that stuff. But I know
Oh,
that's what's
okay.
running through my head whenever I get really anxious in these situations.
Yeah.
I'm very much a person who will sit here and practice what I'm going to say before I say it. Like, oh my god, I
Oh,
forgot
yeah,
about this.
rehearsing. Uh-huh, yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, I had a
I
resident.
hate it.
Oh my god, this is even at work. I've seen
Oh,
these residents
no.
for over a year,
Yeah.
and because they are older, they're grandparents and beyond.
Mhm.
My brain still puts them at this other, not pedestal, but on this other point of authoritative because they're
Sure.
older.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so it's one of those things where it's like disappointment equals anger and anger equals angry at
Ah,
me.
yeah, yep.
And so I had to go to one of our residents, and because she wanted to get a new air filter because we gave her a special one that we had on hand,
Okay.
but we're not buying them special ones anymore, because if
Okay.
we buy it for one person, we got to do it for everybody
Right.
type beat. So, um, she was like, yeah, I need my air filter changed because you didn't. I didn't want it changed when you guys were doing everybody's. Blah blah blah. Blah. And I was like, okay, cool. Hey Anthony, yada yada yada. And he goes, well, just tell her that we can't give her a special one. If she wants
Mm,
a special one, she's just gonna have to go out and buy it herself, and we can install it whenever she gets it. Blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, cool, I can do that. I get up to the third floor. She's on the third floor. I'm around the corner, and I stop and I call
right?
Anthony and I say, hey. So just so we're clear, you want me to tell her this, right? I just want to make sure I get everything right. I don't want to send any misinformation. He goes,
Yeah.
yeah, you just tell her this and this and that. I'm like, okay, cool. Hang up. Walking down the hall very slowly. Okay, so she opens the door. Hey, so how's it going?
Uh
I know
huh.
you put in work for your filter, but unfortunately, we're not allowed to buy these special filters anymore. We can only install these guys unless you guys are. But if you want to get your own, blah 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 blah. So I'm rehearsing over and over again, preparing for everything.
Yeah.
I knock. She opens the door. She's standing there. I'm like, hey. She goes, oh, it's you, because I'm the one who almost always goes to her apartment. We're like
Okay.
this. And they're like,
Of course.
so I have some bad news. And she's like, you're out of the filters. I was like, yes. And because we're out, I've been told, or we've also been not authorized to buy special filters anymore. She was completely cool about it. We talked about it. We cleaned
Mm,
her her other filter. She told me she was gonna get a new one eventually. Whenever her daughter comes in town, she was super chill about it. She
yeah.
did complain about some stuff, but she was very understanding, which she
Okay, that's nice.
usually is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a few people I can't talk
Not
to
so nice
them.
about it. Yeah.
No, but super chill about it. And afterwards, I was like, why, why am I like this?
Right. Yeah.
But it's even if I have not been to a for realsies party
Mm,
in a, a long time, if ever, actually. Like the most I goes to was bars or birthday
yeah.
parties. I've never been to like a house party or anything. And at my grown age, I probably won't.
No, man. I'm older than you. It was such a
Yes, you
vibe.
are older than me. However, I don't want to hang around college kids.
They weren't only college kids.
Oh.
It was a wide range. I think the youngest person there was like 22 maybe.
Mm,
And then there were a bunch, like 3 or 4 people that were also 29. And then most of the crowd I think was kind of 30s.
mm.
And then there were definitely some like there's somebody that was like is 52 because
Oh.
he was one of the people that like I've been chatting with on the side now. And then there were I don't know, a couple of other people that were also older.
Well,
But
to
like
be fair,
yeah,
compare where you live to where I live.
but
I live in a town with 3 colleges in it.
I guess that is true.
That's
No, okay,
that's
but then
one of the
think
biggest
about it like this. All right, I'm sure that if you met mature college students, they would not think you were some unk that doesn't need to be at the party. Especially, I mean, obviously, I think you sort of like how it happened for me, where I met somebody and then met somebody else who introduced me to somebody who introduced me to somebody who introduced me to the people that are in charge of the party, and then I got into the party. So I didn't go into this going, I want to go to a house party. I was like, holy crap, a house party? Totally. I would love to go.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem with all of that.
Okay.
I have to meet somebody first.
That is correct. Yeah, yeah. Thank God for my
Uh,
friend. None of this would have happened if my friend hadn't gone, hey, do you want to go get drinks? And I had gone, yes. And then, I had that mini panic attack, cried, drinking 2 margaritas, and went home.
I
That was the
mean,
start of this journey that has ended with me being invited to a house party and having a great time.
I was invited to go out to the club with Anthony, I think last
Yeah.
weekend, but
Yeah.
I didn't because I wanted to work on my comic.
I mean,
Um,
that's fair. Yeah.
but like, I don't know. I don't like big crowds. And the last time I really went out and like partied at the bars
Mhm.
over on Fry Street, that was fun, but
Right.
also way too much because you couldn't even move. Like you had to
Yeah.
force
Yeah.
your way through the crowd and everything. And if it gets to that point, I'm already
Mhm.
ready to go. But I
That's
stayed
why
for my homies.
yeah, that's why I think this party was more my speed
Mm,
because yeah, it was like it's like a 2-story Airbnb that we like rented, and then there were a select number of people, like the captain, right? And, like I think it was 40 people. Nobody, I don't know if it was a full 40 people that went, but that was how many were invited that I was aware of, at least in like the group chat thingy. So it didn't get to the point where it was absolutely packed, uh,
Mm-hmm.
which, was obviously very nice in terms of, hey, I could actually, like, there were 2 bathrooms in this place,
That's
and
always
neither
nice.
of them were never taken up when I needed to go.
Yeah.
So I never had to like wait, But yeah, it's totally great outside of the fallout, which I don't really know how to get into the panic attack side of things, but the general gist of it, I don't know if I've described this on here before, that I feel like I've been doing a lot of soul searching, right, the past couple
Yeah.
of weeks, starting with Big Bend. And one of the things that I've really kind of latched onto is what I'm referring to as a detachment complex.
Okay.
That to nobody's fault, I'm blaming nobody. I think where it originates from is that when I was younger, I lived in Japan and basically uprooted my life and then moved overseas and sort of lost communication with everybody and everything from the States. And I think now I'm, not licensed. I don't know anything. All I've done is some broad research and gone, oh, yeah, maybe this is what it is. Right. Like
Mm-hmm.
younger me may have developed this detachment complex in order to protect themselves from the emotional trauma of moving overseas. Did I totally appreciate my time in Japan and think that that was formulative for me as a human being that I would never change for the world? Yes. Did it slightly traumatize me? Perhaps. That disconnect trauma I still carry with me
Yeah.
because this is something that I grappled with on Tuesday, because what ended up happening is, like I said, there were a lot of people messaging me, but one person from the party that I thought was really cool wasn't. And I was like, oh man, I should message
Mm.
them. And then like messaged them and then got no response and then went, oh my God, who do I think I am?
Oh no.
What's wrong with me that I think I'm cool enough to message this person that I think is cool? I'm a terrible human being. It's okay if they reject me. It's like, because I was like, maybe they don't like me. Maybe they think I'm weird, and maybe they want this person who is like a much well-known, a much well-regarded figure in this group, an established figure, right? I'm new. Nobody knew me. They were trying to get to know me, which is totally awesome. But I wanted to get to know this person better. And then I went, oh, what if they think I'm weird? What if they kick me out of the group because I'm weird? And I was like, that's fine. I'll just go back to being alone. And then went, oh no, I can't go back to being alone anymore.
Oh
And went,
no.
how do I smooth this over? How do I not be weird? And I like messaged one of the leaders of the group and I went, hey, I think I was kind of weird with this person. I don't want things to get out of control. And I'm trying to get like kind of ahead of it, damage control wise.
There it
And they're like,
is.
stop freaking out. Like the message that she sent me back was the sweetest thing, because she went, you're overthinking this, just breathe. And I went, oh my God, does she know I'm having a panic attack right now? Because at that moment I was in my head going like, I wrote notes when I was doing this, because I was like starting to spiral out of control, going, what's happening to me right now? What is this feeling? Why am I freaking out so much? And then at some point I just started like writing down my thoughts, because I wanted to like figure out like I like wanted to figure out
Mm-hmm.
what was happening to me. And like it was just thoughts like, I can't go back to being alone. I really messed up and I shouldn't have sent that message.
Oh no,
These are like thoughts that
John.
were going through my head, right? I'm like reading back, this is so embarrassing.
Oh
Like
yeah, absolutely.
I can't believe how selfish I am. And then the
Yeah.
fourth paragraph is, I think I'm having a panic attack. And that was when I messaged the person in charge being like, I really messed up so bad. Please don't kick me out. I was trying to be as cool as I could about it, but clearly I was like desperate and panicking in that moment.
You
And I was like,
literally you sent that message and you were like, all right, or you're like, yeah, so cool. So what's it so nonchalant.
it was, oh my God. I was like, hey, I thought you were really cool at the party. I don't even remember I haven't gone back to look. Then to make matters worse, like afterwards, it was totally in my head,
Yeah.
because
It usually is.
the person messaged me and they were like, hey, sorry, I was doing this, something. Yeah, I haven't even like opened their message all the way. I just went like, thank you so much for not being like but I'm thinking I'm weird. I'll message you tomorrow when I have time, and that was like 4 days ago. I really need to follow up, but I still haven't quite overcome it, right? But I was like, was something that I wrote down. I was like, I can't go back to being alone anymore. I let myself connect with people, and now I don't know how to control myself. I was like, what is happening to me? It was the craziest thing.
You know,
Like,
I'm laughing only because I completely understand,
yes.
and no, because if it makes you feel better, if it makes you feel better at all,
Mm-hmm.
there's been several instances with my own boyfriend.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
hung out all day. We'll have a great time. Nothing
Mm,
really said, dang, this was a bad hangout. And then he'll go home and I'll be like, hey, let me know when you get home, blah, 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 blah.
yeah,
And he'll get home and he forgets. Or he'll go home and he'll pass out.
sure. Yeah,
And he
yeah,
never tells
absolutely.
me. My
Right.
mind goes from concerned and worried, oh my God, he didn't make it home, to, oh no, he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. What did I do
Right.
wrong?
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
and the spiral is spiraling real bad. It's great, and I'm
Yeah.
already prepared, or I'm preparing myself. I'm like, dang, this is it.
Yep.
And it's like, you know what?
Relationship's done.
If this is it, you know, it's been fun. This really
Yeah.
sucks ass though. If this is it, like, if
Yeah.
all the literally, it's so bad because I'm
Oh
like,
God, man.
because it's like, if this was the reason, like if this was the last straw, what happened up until this point? What did I do?
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
spiral gets even worse, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just. And then either he'll message a little bit later, he'll be like, hey, I fell asleep, or hey, I just
Mm-hmm.
got home, I stopped to get snacks or some food or something, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
just like, because I also, if he doesn't respond or like reply or send a message after enough time, I'll just be like,
Yeah.
hey, thanks for hanging out with me. I had a good time. I hope you have a good night. I hope you made it home, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And you know, he'll usually say it back, hey, I made it home. Thanks for having me over, bud, etc.,
Right. Yeah.
etc. Or he'll send the message first, and I'll be like, okay, cool, we're good, we're fine.
Nice. Yeah.
Uh, it gets so bad because, and I know it's ridiculous because when you look back, you're like,
It
are
is.
you
Yeah.
serious? But I think
Totally.
the worst, not the worst, but the most bogus one that happened was, I think, because I usually try to get like 3 kisses before he leaves. Like at like saying goodbye, get 3 kisses, then he goes, let me know when you get home.
Sure.
I think there was one time where we only kissed twice.
Oh.
And so my brain goes, oh, okay. Or like we kissed twice and he'd be like, I gotta go. And I'm like,
Right.
okay. Of course he has to go. He doesn't want to be with me. He hates me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it just gets so bad. And it's like, you're freaking out over nothing. There's not really any consistency with
Yeah.
most of your relationship, dude. Calm down. You're making this artificial consistency that isn't rooted in anything. So
Yeah.
chill.
Totally.
Or the days where we don't talk much, especially earlier in the relationship. The longest we went without talking was almost a week.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
And this is early relationship, so the spirals that came from that were
Mm.
very bad. But at that point in time, he had just got a promotion from his job,
Oh yeah.
and he was stressed beyond compare.
Totally.
Even now, he's hella stressed, but the communication's gotten a lot better. But
Oh
that
no. Yeah.
week
Okay.
or that time frame was hell. I think at that
Yeah.
point we also didn't hang out for almost 2 to 3 months.
Oh. Okay.
So the spirals that came from that were very bad. If I was still in therapy, I would have felt bad for my therapist because the abandonment issues
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
abandonmenting very bad at that point in time. Now I'm very good at being like, oh, we haven't talked much, but
Yeah.
I know he's probably at work right now. Uh, I also have learned the value of if there's any communication, it's good. And you know, some people
Mm.
will say that's the bare minimum, but I feel like every relationship is different and it's really nuanced, so you can't really
Sure.
hold that same standard for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because what might be the bare minimum for other people might not be the bare minimum for some other people. So like there
True.
will be days where we don't text much, but we send each other a lot of reels on Instagram.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Uh, and there's days where I'm like, oh, he hates me. He doesn't want to talk to me. But then he'll send me stuff on Instagram and it's like really cutesy shit. And I'd be like, oh, okay. Or like we'll talk on a different app.
Yeah.
Um, and we'll talk a lot more there than texting. But that's also because he has
Mhm.
2 phones, because he uses one specifically for work and the other one for everything else. That
Right,
way,
yeah.
like whenever he's off, he can just turn off his phone,
Sure,
which he
that makes
has done
sense.
before. But that phone is the texting phone as well. So I'll send him
Oh, yeah.
messages and he won't respond, or like he won't read or respond to them, but it'll send me like stuff on other apps. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so you just can't read my messages? That's how you feel? Meanwhile, he's shut off his phone because his work keeps trying to call him in.
Yeah. Is
Uh,
this what isn't there a term for this? Is this codependence? I don't know what this qualifies as.
not anymore.
Not anymore?
This is very much independence. Um, I'd like to think. I do think
Co-independence?
I think I was codependent early on for sure, but that's just I
Hmm.
think my relationship before that was very codependent coded.
I see. Yeah, yeah.
Uh and the communication with that last relationship was very constant.
Mm.
And also just I was constantly updating him and everything going on, and to
Sure.
the point, and like I would ask him everything going on so I could just know what he had going on in his life.
Yeah, okay.
With Chris, it doesn't happen as much, but I think that's good for me because
Right.
this relationship is good because it's been breaking a lot of the bad habits that I had in
Trying to
relationships.
wean down your extreme neediness.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
extremely needy. I told him already. I mean he's well aware. But I've
I
told
see.
him
Yeah.
several times. I'm like, hey, sorry, I'm being such a needy boyfriend, but like, when can we hang out?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do your like panic attacks usually stop when like if they're based around somebody else, they usually stop when that person resolves it, or do you stop it on are you able to stop it on your own?
I mean, I guess it depends on what it is. If it's
Mhm.
not getting a message from someone, um, it will stop usually whenever they reply, and I'm like,
I see.
I'm such an idiot.
Okay, yeah,
Or
yeah.
it'll stop after a while of me going, hey, chill. They're probably
Uh-huh.
busy right now. It's
Yeah.
okay. They have life outside of you. You're not the only thing
Right.
that's important in their life. It's cool. It's fine. And like for me, that's not me just being selfish. That's genuinely
Mhm.
because again, I have an issue with understanding that people have lives and they do things
Mhm.
that when I'm not around. Uh,
Ah, yeah, yeah,
cause like,
yeah.
I mean, like for example, Chanel, bestie, best friend.
Right,
Been best
right.
friends for almost 20 years. So we spent our entire lives together. So like whenever I think about her, it's like a constant like, oh, she's still in my life. We live together.
Right.
Um and I know she has life outside of me, and that's okay. That's fine. She has her other friends. She goes out and does stuff sometimes. She's doing school. She's working. And it's never a question
Mhm.
for me if she's busy or not. But then other people who I don't talk to as often or
Right.
are in relationships with, uh, it's very much like, so why aren't you talking to me right now?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I get it. I guess you're busy, but what about me? I'm not.
Mhm.
It's very much again having to unlearn that as well. Uh, everybody's not on my schedule,
Right,
so I
right.
can't expect everybody to do things on my time. It's a very
See,
big thing that I'm still
mm,
having to teach myself.
my follow-up question for earlier that I wanted to ask was that at the party we took a personality test. I
Mhm.
don't know exactly what it was called,
Was it
but
the
the one that I
MBTI?
I maybe it was like the INFJ,
Yeah, I believe that's
ENFP, or
MBTI one.
yeah, whatever that one was.
Mhm.
And I was like, one of them that I saw on there was called the protagonist. And like they think they're the main character, and I'm like, I think you've described yourself as the protagonist before.
I
I don't
do
know
it
if you've
as a
ever taken
joke.
this.
I've done it before.
Yeah,
I
but what
I
you just described is like word for word what I saw in that little thingy, and I went,
I
"All right, you're like an
I think
ENFJ or an I, whatever you are."
subconsciously might have the protagonist syndrome. I make
Mm-hmm.
jokes about it because in a lot of the games, especially the TTRPG games I play, I kind of end
Yeah.
up in that role of the one who kind of
Oh,
leads the party mostly, or like
sure.
kind of
Yeah.
tries to make action happen.
Yeah.
Uh, but like even when in the games where I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to take the leadership role. I'm going to,
Hmm.
be on the sidelines, be the support character, like Pendleton.
Right.
Pendleton wasn't supposed to be main character at all, but somehow he became a very active like leadership role kind of character.
For sure.
Uh, and I think it's also just because when things keep going well and I keep rolling good and I get
Yeah.
the attention of the king, of course it's gonna go to my head.
Totally. Yeah. Uh, well, the reason that I ask if you break out of your panic attacks or if they just fade naturally or whatever
Mm-hmm.
is because I couldn't figure out how to break out when I was in that one on Tuesday.
Mm.
Like I kept trying. I kept going like, okay, you're okay, you're okay, you're fine. And then I'd go, you're not fine. And then I'd go right back to like sobbing again to the point
Oh,
where like I worked out after that, after I finished, and my abs were like, it's like I had done an ab workout.
because you
Because
were sobbing so bad?
yeah, for hours straight, and I couldn't break out of it. And I was like, I was just crying, doing laundry. I was like, maybe if I go do my laundry, I'll do this. I went like folded clothes, just going like, what's wrong with me? Fold, fold, fold. I hate myself. Fold, fold, fold.
I
And
mean, that could have
finally,
also been just like years of backed up just all coming out.
it could have been, yeah, yeah. But the only reason that I actually managed to break out, because at one point I was like, I gotta stop this. Like, I don't know how to. And I went, all right. I've tried like moving around. I've tried listening to like something to distract myself. I've
Sometimes you just
tried,
gotta sit in it, man.
yeah, that's what I did for a little while. And then I went, okay, this is getting ridiculous. Like in my head, while I was still like full on just fetal position on the bed, going like, how do I get out of this?
Mm.
Like this has been a little like at some point I went, this is kind of cathartic, yeah, but I wanted to do other stuff tonight than just sit here and cry the entire time. And I went,
Mm-hmm.
all right, what if I had a theory, right? I'm like, I need something sensory to like break myself out of this. What if I go eat food? And I was like,
Oh.
I don't want to eat something that's like, like ice cream, right? Typically is sort of the standard, you go and eat a bunch of ice cream when you're feeling bad. That's like a stereotypical thing that people do. And
Mm-hmm.
when I know we have ice cream, but I really don't want this panic attack spiral to spiral into a food binge that is going to
Yeah.
set me back weeks and is going to probably make this worse. So I went, all right, what's one thing that I could eat that I think would break me out? And I walked into the kitchen and saw that sitting there on the countertop was we had gone to a family reunion a couple of days prior. And we had barbecue at this family reunion, and we had taken condiments, right? Onions, pickles, and fresh jalapenos.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw the fresh jalapenos sitting there and went, that might do it. And I picked up, I mean, it was probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches of big jalapeno. Actually, I grabbed 3 of them because I'm like, I don't know how many I'm going to need. But I got
Mm-hmm.
the biggest one I could find. And then I went and sat down on my floor and just stuck the entire thing, stem and all, into my mouth and just started chewing it until I couldn't stand the pain. And then I swallowed it. And then I just sat there with excruciating capsaicin agony in my mouth going, this hurts so much. And I'm not sad anymore. All I could think about is this pain.
The
And I went,
pain. From
I hope this
emotional pain to
doesn't.
physical pain.
Yeah, yeah. I was just sitting there going like, what? Okay, yeah. Like the physical pain is taking my mind off my emotional turmoil. And I went, I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
Yeah. Just next time it happens, maybe try something different.
Yeah. I was like, why am I turning to more pain to solve pain?
Do
Couldn't
not
I go
condition yourself to do that. You
like, oh
dingus.
no, this is yeah, it was weird. It was very weird. But it surprisingly broke me out of it. And then actually that thought helped me in the second one that I had later because like that one was a little harder to explain. It was just sort of me feeling sad.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I wish I could do this more. Like I wish I had started doing this earlier and just like stupid regret, right? And I was like, I felt that spiral starting inside of me again. And I was like, no, we're not doing this. And I literally went, there are still at least, that is half a bag of those jalapenos left. Do you want me to do that again? And then my body went, no.
You're not you re-traumatizing yourself. Oh
I
my
threatened myself
god.
with a second jalapeno. That was actually part of like, I grabbed 3 and I went, if the first one doesn't work, like if I'm not
You're a
done by the time,
monster.
if I'm not done by the time this pain ends, I will put another one in my mouth.
You're a sadist.
My body totally went like, yeah, you know what? We're done being sad. Stop that. And I went
Well, you
and
know
put them
why?
back.
Because that's fucking self-harm, John.
Apparently, yeah.
Not apparently, it is.
I don't know. I have not quite wrapped my head around that yet, but I'm working on it.
If you are intentionally causing harm to yourself, even if it is from food, that is self-harm. That is SH.
My body was harming me. Okay, so
you are your body. No. There is no justification. Do not self-harm to get over your emotional. Damn it!
I had to go to the gym. I couldn't just sit there and cry the entire night. I wanted to
cry at the gym.
I couldn't cry. There's people there.
How so what?
Work out?
John,
take deep breaths when I'm
look
at the
at
gym.
me. You listen here. You literally spent the last 3 weeks doing things that you're uncomfortable with. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna cry while you do some bench presses.
I didn't need to cry. I cried enough times at the gym in my life. I don't cry at the gym anymore. I understand what it is to be there. It's pain, all right? That's a different type of pain. Go there to the gym to have pain. You eat the jalapeno to break out of the emotional pain, because the emotional pain was caused by the joy and happiness that you experienced earlier. What is this cycle? What is being human?
Go to a therapist. That's what they're there for.
No.
Oh, you pissed me off.
I got it. All right, I got it. I can handle this.
Sure.
I have.
It sounds like you can't.
I'm working on it. All right. I'm working on it.
Anyways, I remembered. Other times, what breaks me out of a panic attack is not me actively doing something, but my brain passively saying something, and then it just shuts off. So you know the meme that I showed you the other week of Queen Never Cry?
Yeah.
And then the baby just stops crying, just straightens up.
Right.
That's basically what my brain does to me whenever I'm having a breakdown. Because the last time I remember was a month or two ago, where I was really freaking out about just not being able to perceive life past a certain point, and because I was at work, I was bawling my eyes out, I was crying, and then my brain just goes, "Why are you crying? We don't have time for that."
Right.
And then when you just feel that just heaviness on you as you're crying and the tears are coming out, all of a sudden the heaviness went away, my eyes stopped stinging, the tears stopped coming, and I just go, "Why am I crying?"
Interesting.
You're right. I don't have time for this.
That's what I'm usually able to do is I'll see a sad scene in a movie or something and be like, "Oh, I feel the emotion, creeping up my throat." But then I'm able to choke it down before it ever starts. But once I get going, stopping it is impossible. I could. That's why I was I lost track of time. I'm estimating it was 2 hours because that's how long my mom was gone, and we were supposed to go to the gym together afterwards. And I was I need this to be over by the time she gets back. And then I sat at it for a little while and then went, "She's going to be back soon, and it's not over." That was where the jalapeno idea came from.
You pissed me off.
It was the last ditch effort. I'm hoping I don't have to do it again because I don't know. I have I think the next one is the next party is 20 days from now, so I have time to figure out a way to stop that. But I haven't figured it out yet. And
maybe we'll have an update next time.
Yep.
Because it's a little over that time.
We are over time here. Well, any last words with people before we bail?
Don't self-harm yourself because you feel too much, John. You go to a therapist.
Seems like that was directed at me, not at the people, but okay.
Yeah, it was directed to you, Jonathan. Go to a therapist. Do something fun. Get recreational drugs or something. I don't know. Just don't hurt yourself.
It was not long term. Okay, this actually sounds really bad to say.
Yeah, you know why it sounds bad? Because it is bad.
Harm. It was a short term harm that caused no discomfort to me,
and that's how no discomfort my ass.
Well, beyond the pain of in my mouth for a little
that's
while,
how
and the discomfort in my
Jonathan.
Stomach. Oh Lord, I'm fine. All right, my mental has never been stronger.
Sure.
Yeah.
Breakdown right now. Bye.